This is the Hyundai Palisade. Along with the Kia Telluride, it shook up the SUV market a few years ago. And here for 2023, we have quite a fancy edition of the three-row Palisades called the Urban. Let's take it for a drive today. It's time for Family Wheels. Family Wheels reviews are posted first thing Saturday, and you can get each one by subscribing and clicking the little bell for notifications. And if you like this review, well, like it and tell a friend. And comments are open for your thoughts on the vehicle. Thanks. It's said that the first impression is the most important, and the front end of the Palisade has been given almost all the changes for 23. Hyundai's designers have extended the grille much lower, and with an assist from the surrounding trim, it presents a more beefy, rectangular shape. The headlights and daytime running lights are also changed. The overall effect is kind of like a pickup truck, but not threatening like the blocky behemoths in our mirrors today. Other changes include front and rear skid plates. Inside, we also have a change here in terms of the gauge cluster, the touchscreen, and the control layout here. On the top two trims, we get a 12.3-inch gauge cluster, and here a 12.3-inch touchscreen. And typical of a lot of vehicles these days, we have a configurable dash with several choices of display. There's kind of a weird one here where you can choose the speedometer and tachometer to be cubes that sometimes rotate. I found that a bit strange, frankly. Powering every Palisade is a 3.8-liter, 291 horsepower V6 engine with 262 pound-feet of torque. An 8-speed automatic transmission, all-wheel drive. Let's see how the V6 gets us up a steep hill. That's actually really nice. It spools up quickly, and we don't have a turbo, so you get the traditional linear rev up in the engine. No hybrid option is available on the Palisade. That might disappoint some folks. The overall fuel consumption isn't too bad, put it that way. We do have idle stop for your around town driving to at least save a few milliliters of fuel. But there are competitors that do have a hybrid option, and that includes the Toyota Highlander as well as the Ford Explorer. A lot of buyers of this class of vehicles want to know, can you tow with it? And yes, you can. The V6 here can pull up to 5,000 pounds. That's about 2,200 and change kilograms. With the styling refresh, we've got something new with the rear bumper and cover for the hitch. That's pre-wired as well. And we have an automatic leveling rear suspension. Hyundai is emphasizing that it's made the Palisade quieter and smoother. Overall, the ride and the comfort is really good. I wouldn't be embarrassed to cross-shop this against some much higher priced vehicles from Germany or Japan. I've got the drivetrain set to Eco. We're up to basically close to highway speed, and this is a nice, smooth, quiet, really quite luxurious ride. Let's check the brakes. Got just a little bit of ABS action there, but they were quite linear, tackling a bump at the same time, so a good test and it passed. You don't really have cornering in a vehicle this big, but it turns well, not a lot of lean, quite pleasant. Let's see how the Palisade handles our neighborhood bumpy road with its speed bumps and potholes and patches. All right, let's go over some more roughness, including railway tracks. Does a really good job. There are 3 trim levels of Palisade in Canada. The Limited, the Urban, and the Ultimate Calligraphy. Here we are in the middle of the pack with the Urban, and it's got a lot of features. For instance, we have seat memory, we have heated and cooled seats, there's a sunroof, Harman Kardon sound with a dozen speakers, and there is a talk to the back rows feature as well. There is a very generous amount of space in the cabin of the Palisade. Here I am, 5 feet 11 inches tall, 180 centimeters. I've got lots of room in front of my knees between them and the glove box door. Behind me, the child seat that takes up the most space, the rear-facing kind. The Palisade continues to demonstrate tremendous spaciousness in the second and third rows of this SUV. Now here in the second row, as you can see, we have captain's chairs. There's lots of room for my knees here. And that's important because I've set up the third row to accommodate me. I've got just a little bit of knee room, and so if you've got kids, they're going to fit just great back there. Additionally, there are myriad ways to adjust the seats. That is to bring them forward for the third row or for the comfort of the second row passenger. Adjustment fore and aft as well as for rake. The third row has adjustment for rake as well. And there are numerous creature comforts. Here in the second row, a full set of HVAC controls, heated seats. In the third row, speakers, USB-C outlets, one on each side, and there are two USB-C outlets here in the second row as well. They're neatly tucked into the sides of the front seats. There you have it, the 2023 Hyundai Palisade Urban Edition. Still impressive in terms of utility, luxury, and value. But what do you think? Leave a comment. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for liking, and thanks for subscribing. I'm Richard Detman, and I'll see you next time on Family Wheels.